Hi, my name is Brian. I'm a master technician here at Wittmeier Auto Center. And we're going to be giving you a brief overview of our used car inspections to know exactly what you get when you buy a used car here at Wittmeier Auto Center. The first step of that is to take the vehicle on a road test, just to give a brief overview of the vehicle to see what's going on with it, make sure that all the vehicle systems are working properly, and to give the technician a brief summary of what's going on with the vehicle to see if there's anything to look at and to kind of begin the process from that point. Okay, so we're going to test the operation of the vehicle, make sure it starts up. Everything sounds normal. When it starts up, we're good to go. So if the vehicle's equipped with remote start, we want to make sure that it works as well. So we check the operation of the remote start system. Started up great. Okay, so for this part of the road test, we're going to see how the vehicle accelerates. Feels good. On automatic transmission vehicles, there's a device called a shift interlock. It's a safety feature so that when you grab the handle and go to shift, it won't shift out of gear until you have your foot on the brake and then pull the lever, and then we'll let you shift. So making sure that that is operational is one of the features of the road test. So some of the things we look for while we're on the vehicle road test is to make sure that the transmission's shifting properly, making sure that the gears are engaging. You can control the gears, which this vehicle is working fine in that option. Making sure the cruise control works. With the cruise control, we can set it, making sure that the vehicle will hold its cruise steady speed, making sure that we can slow down with the speed control, and disengage the cruise control as well as one of the features on the road test. As we're driving, we listen for any exterior noises that might be happening, such as excessive wind noise. If there's anything going on with the vehicle as regards with that. If there is excessive wind noise, it may be like a failed gasket or a seal around the window or a door or something like that. But we do listen for that, making sure that everything's working properly. As far as the transmission goes, this is an automatic transmission vehicle, but we'll, on a test drive, see how a manual transmission, how the clutch feels, how you can shift that transmission, making sure that everything shifts smoothly and operates properly. And as we're driving, we're just continually listening to the vehicle, making sure that the vehicle's drivetrain systems and powertrain systems are working properly, and making sure there's no abnormal noises coming from the vehicle as we're driving. So as we're driving the vehicle, we look to make sure that all the gauges are operating properly. Obviously, starting a road test, the vehicle is going to be in a cold condition, so seeing how it may operate different versus cold, looking at transmission operation, seeing if that changes. Normally you don't want to see a change, and so this vehicle's working fine as it was cold as it is hot now. And making sure that the gauges are working properly gives us a little bit of insight in how the vehicle is working. We're going to test out the braking on this vehicle, see how it does. Feels good. We also test the operation and functionality of the transfer case shift systems. There's 4x4 auto, and it shows us on the dash that it's engaging. 4x4 high, it changes as well. Make sure that it engages into four-wheel drive high. Then we stop and compare that to four-wheel drive low So to shift into four-wheel drive low, you need it in neutral with your foot on the brake. It tells us it's shifting, and we listen for the shift. We see how it does in four-wheel drive low. So then we shift it out of four-wheel drive low and listen for the change back into four-wheel drive high, four-wheel drive auto, and in this case back to two-wheel drive high. And then check for operation after that. And everything's shifting properly. So we make sure that the vehicle steers properly, making sure that there's no abnormal noises, making sure that everything feels smooth, and that the vehicle does steer properly. Making sure that the steering wheel goes lock to lock. That movement feels smooth, and there's no noises during the operation of the steering system. So then we listen for squeaks and rattles while we're driving to make sure that there's no abnormal suspension noises going over bumps, potholes, and other things like that. Make sure that it all sounds good and quiet, the suspension.